Hi everybody, this is Rob McKim, Superintendent USD 320 Wamego, coming to you in early April for the March edition. I know that sounds a little bit off, and we're a little late with this one. March got away from us a little bit, but certainly glad to be able to send something out to you here in early April. April is a month that's extremely busy in a lot of different areas in all of our schools, whether that be athletic activities, academic opportunities, field trips, music programs, just a whole bunch of things going on, opportunities to see our kids perform. Also, potentially some opportunities for you to help us, whether that be in the form of chaperones or providing supports in whatever areas. So reach out to your child's teachers, coaches, activity sponsors, etc., to see if they need some support. That would be much appreciated. It's now time for today's Conversations with Rob. Okay, for this edition of Conversations with Rob, we have our new Central Elementary Principal, Mr. Shane Neel. Shane, welcome aboard and glad to have you.
Thank you. Excited to be a part of it.
So we'll talk just a little bit with Shane about some of the things that he finds to be important and what we want to do at Central in upcoming years. But we want to start with giving him an opportunity just to tell us a little bit about himself and his experience in education.
So again, thank you for having me. So excited to be a part of what we're going to do here in USD 320, part of Wamego, be back in Wamego. So I got my undergrad from Kansas State University. I got a degree in biology, and then went back and got my secondary education degree. Got a job right out of school and worked in Kansas City for a year. Inner city school, worked with a lot of ESOL students, at-risk students. Loved the work we did there. Decided to come back home when the opportunity arose, and got a job at Wamego Middle School. I really had a passion for trying to find ways to engage students, which is what a lot of my master's work was in. Got a master's in curriculum instruction through K-State, and developed an outdoor classroom with some grants to try to get kids engaged in environmental education and those pieces of things. At that time, I always had an adventure bug, and it came calling, so I went and taught overseas in Venezuela for a year. Got an experience international experience. Some civil unrest in the country brought me back home. So I then came back to Wamego Middle School, and that's when I went to 8th grade science, and eventually ended up at the Kansas Forest Service and worked there for 3 years at the university, working through adult education pieces of that. I knew I needed to work with young people, and got my admin degree. And currently my role is an assistant principal MTSS coordinator in Manhattan at Eisenhower Middle School. And I work a lot with the data and placing students in intervention, and then doing the admin of assistant principal. And when this opportunity came open, then now I get to be back in Wamego and back at Central Elementary, or in Central Elementary as the new principal.
Good, good. So what about the potential job caused you to go, yes, I want to apply for that, and what intrigued you about the role?
So actually, it's the working with younger students, working with primary level students was actually something that has always been a part of my life. I grew up in a big family. A lot of my family still lives here. At high school, I remember I worked in the Little Raider preschool program. And after that, I thought I was going to be a kindergarten teacher. And I've always wanted to be a part of those primary levels because of different things that have happened. I eventually ended up at the secondary level. But in my current role, really looking at data and working with looking at reading scores, math scores, and realizing that I have a limited time in education, I really want to move to that primary level. I really want to work with younger kids at the foundation of where it all starts. And that just, the whole process excites me. I know Central's got a great reputation, and I want to continue that reputation and be a part of that transformational process at that young age, really working with students.
So as you think about getting ready for year one, as you prepare for August 1st, which is your first day of work, and I know you're doing some work now, but what are things that are important to you that you want to look for in your first year?
So I have a vision for what the staff will be. I'm really excited to work with the staff. I've gotten to know some of them, to work with them. I value that collaborative process. We've actually gone through a few interview processes already. I'm really working with the staff. I'm excited just to get to know, to build those relationships, really develop that culture of what Central is known for and what Central is a part of. A lot of it's going to be learning and sitting and listening, figuring out what's working, what's not working. Again, I think Central has a great reputation. They've been doing a lot of great things. I want to take it the next step and figure out where those next steps are. Part of that too, I know there's the admin team here in USD 320. I've worked with a lot of them. I'm excited to collaborate with them as well, learn where the gaps and holes that we need to work through through our strategic planning that we're just going through and all those pieces. I'm just excited about the team that we're going to work with and building those relationships and working with those people.
You mentioned known for, so in year 2, year 3, year 10 that you've been here, what do you want Central Elementary to be known for?
So a lot of what being from this town, I know the passion of this community. I know how this community engages in education. I want to be known for that is the place we want our kids to be. We want our teachers to be. I want it to be such a great environment that everybody that comes in that door feels like they're a part of what we're doing. And my vision for that is really opening the doors with community engagement, really trying to tie in. And I know our strategic planning, I've been following some of that work. That's one of the things we really want to work on. I love that collaborative piece. While I was at the university, I really worked on partnerships and trying to extend education outside of our building doors. So I want it to be a place where there's just a hub and there's just an energy and everybody wants to be a part of that. And that's kind of what I see as a school. My current position, I've learned from a great leader, and everybody that comes or works for him, they feel like they're allowed to just grow and develop and continue to. And I want that energy to be a part of that because we are lifelong learners. That is what we're trying to do for our students, right? And so I want our teachers to feel that way, and I want them to feel supported through that process.
We're excited to have you as a part of the team. Mr. Neel, I know many people in town will be like, that's Shane, but it's Mr. Neel here, and so welcome aboard. Good to have you.
Appreciate it. Yep. I'm so excited to be a part of it and part of this team again.
Right.
So
thank you.
Thank you.
In closing, Teacher Appreciation Week is May 6th through 10th, and I hope to have another video out before that time, but wanted to make sure you are aware of that week. We look forward to celebrating their work with all of our students. Hope the start of your April has been great, and remember, no one's greater than a Raider.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, and